Hello and welcome to the ELITE Lineman Training Institute in Tunnel Hill, Georgia. My name's Colton Witt and we're getting ready to bring you the Hurtman competition for the 6th class of the ELITE Lineman Training Institute. This was a great class and we got some great guys in it, and we're going to show you 10 of these guys as they compete in a Hurtman rescue. So a lot of you, I'm sure, know the Hurtman rescue. It's going up, rescuing a dummy, tying him up 3/2 inches, friction point, cut him down. It's all about time, safety, doing it effectively and efficiently. That's what this competition's about. So at the end, we're going to find out our winner and see who won this event. And we're going to get started here, and I'm about to be joined by Waylon Hasty, the lead instructor and founder of the school, and we're going to see how everybody does. All right, well, first up, we got Matthew Harrell, Rod, Chatsworth, Georgia, 19. Talk about Rod.
Rod has a lot of hair, a.k.a. Rod Stewart. Rod's a great kid. Rod and I have a connection on a Toyota pickup truck, right? So he had to sell his truck to come to school here, and he's so jealous of mine.
Oh, yeah, you got 97 Tacoma, right? Yeah. And Rod gets ready and is waiting to start, and he's off.
Rod's a great kid, great young man. Does really good. Really skilled climber. Really skilled climber.
Yanks that hand line, starts climbing. He's moving real quick. He is a good climber.
Rod is.
He's a real good climber.
Rod lives with a couple guys here in Dalton. They all live together. A couple of them are coming to our next group.
All right, so Rod approaches Terry the dummy. He's right around that waist mark where a lot of guys get hung up.
He's got to get through him. He's got to climb through him. This is what we teach long before rodeo day.
He's kind of climbed above. He stepped up pretty high. He's still kind of stuck there, and he's just going to work right there.
Rod's better than this. I know Rod really well, and he's frustrated right now. He knows he can do better than that.
All right. Gets the hand line over. He's still a decent spot to reach.
Oh, yeah, it's still a great time.
Yeah. Around a minute 10 now, and he's got to get around and tie the knots. Can't really see too much of where he's tying, but he gets that first one, it looks like. He's got to get 3.
For whatever reason, I think Rod just kind of hit like an idol right here, right?
All right, he's get his friction point, and he's got a cut. And
there you go.
Here he comes, and it's got to get slack. Hits the ground at minute 47. Gets slack. Minute 48:94. That's a solid time.
Great job, Rod.
Now it's time for Andy Hernandez. Handsome Andy.
Oh, man, great guy. Andy's 33 years old, wife and a little girl, Sophie. Phenomenal guy. Randy nicknamed him Handsome Andy. That son smiling all the time, man.
Cover a GQ, yeah.
Yes, definitely. Cover a GQ. Handsome Andy.
Yeah. All right, Andy gets ready now, and he looks over at his judge, Dwayne Cole, there, and he begins.
When Andy was learning to climb, he was so scared. He's probably one of the most scared guys I've ever seen in the initial learning to climb, right? And from when he learned to climb to date, truly amazing. Truly amazing. He does not have quit in him at all.
All right, camera's stuck there a little bit. Oh, now there we are. Okay. And Andy's about halfway up now, or approaching halfway. He's getting there.
The man, the myth, the legend. I think at this point right here, Andy has a job commitment too. He's so excited about going to work.
Where's Andy working for?
Power Grid Services is his commitment.
Okay.
Electrical contractor in Harts, Alabama.
Okay. And Andy's getting up there. And you know, it's not as quick as Rod in that last one, but you don't gotta be like, a speedster every time you go up there. You just gotta get up there and get the job done. But
Andy did a great job. This idea of consistency is what we teach anyways, right? So it's not about the fastest guy. It's about the guy that's the most consistent and does it right. Whether it's in line work, rodeo, life, whatever that means, just don't give up, don't slow down, don't quit, and keep moving.
Yep. All right, and he's going to drop his block and get the line over. And he might be tangled up a little bit right now. Looks like he is. He's trying to get something sorted out with his rope.
Jeez, he's got something hung up there. That looks like a bee's nest.
All right, got the block dropped. And now I think he's trying to get his hook up. His hook was way down there.
Come on, Andy. Are you kidding me?
All right, he's got it now. And he's at the 2-minute mark. The main thing, you just got to beat 4. That keeps your guy alive. So he's still in it. And he's got to get it around and tie his knots.
Another thing about Andy that I find real interesting is this joker loves golf. He loves golf.
Yeah, he does. He's a big
golf.
golf guy, yeah. He said, I asked him if he was good one time. He says, no, I just love playing golf.
I love it.
I'm terrible, but I love it.
It's that same idea of consistency, right?
Yeah. All right, and I believe he may have his knots almost there. And, okay, he's getting his friction point, needs the cut.
Knife was hung a little bit.
And he's cutting.
And
here comes Terry. Almost there, and he's going to reach the ground and have a time of 3 minutes, 3 seconds, 3.6 seconds. So, good time for Andy there. 3 minutes, 3.6. And we're going to see where he ends up on the leaderboard. But there you go, Andy. All right, it's our man from New York, or Canada, whatever you want to say, Casey Kozlowski.
Yeah, nickname, a.k.a. Canadian. He is. He did not know what to think when he showed up for school.
That's a culture shock.
Yeah,
for sure.
Huge culture shock. He said A. We said, what is A? How do you spell A?
Yeah, he's from, an hour from Buffalo? Is that where he's from?
Yeah, it's about an hour. It's about an hour. Great young man. Same thing with him. He actually super scared when he learned to climb. I mean, he was scared to death. But from when the initial day to this day, Casey really dug in. He really enjoys it. He really, really, really does good. He's a great climber, and he's a great young man.
He's got a real steady climb going. A lot of these guys, their climbs, they vary, but his has sort of that consistent look like you're talking about.
It does. And he fell one day a couple of feet and jammed up his back and hurt his back. He bounced back from that. A couple of days later, he's rocking and rolling.
Yep. And he got through Terry quick. It just went right through there like butter. All right, and he's getting his hook, and he's got to drop the block. He's going ahead and throwing it over. And
what did he do?
He went ahead and threw the hook over, and now he's dropping the block.
Oh, there we go. I see.
Okay.
Yeah. Casey's in a really good position. Of the ones that we've seen so far, he's the one that's really climbed through the dummy the best, right? So the best idea is to get that buck squeeze above where Terry is touching the pole.
Yeah. And now he's getting around, he's tying his knots, and he's got a solid time. And he's almost got it looks like.
He's doing great.
Getting his friction point.
Oh, he can't find the knife. He can't find the knife. Where's the knife?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Come on, Casey.
There it is. Okay, he's cutting now, and here comes Terry coming down pretty quick. Hits the ground. Minute 44:53. That's a good time for Casey there. It's a real good time.
That is, especially for a guy whose hidden trade is skateboarding.
Really?
Yeah.
Skateboarding.
He's really good at it.
Oh, that's interesting. You never know. All right, it's time for Aaron Crouch, little A, from Virginia.
This is Junior, Aaron Crouch Jr. He was so scared. Just graduated high school. And when I say scared, he wasn't scared of climbing the line side of things. He was just scared of being in North Georgia, 6 hours from home, away from what he had always known. And from the start date to this date right here, we have seen Little A grow so much.
Oh, he's a heck of a guy. He is.
Little A is a phenomenal guy.
And he yanks his headline, and he's getting set up and getting ready to climb, and he's marching up the pole.
He's a great climber, great climber. He's from Virginia. Really family background in line work. His dad's in line work, been in line work for a long time, get on a lot of storms, this, that, and the other.
Slipped a little, keep marching.
Just a humble young guy. Drinks enough Mountain Dew that he keeps Coca-Cola in business.
Yeah. And Terry's showing some skin now, so his pants legs opened up, but that's okay. They're still going to rescue him, and he gets up there. He's in a real good spot. He got through him pretty quick.
He did. He climbed through Terry really, really well.
He reaches around, and he's stretching out really good. He's at the minute mark. I mean, he's got to tie those knots, cut him, or get his friction point cut him.
In the classroom, Little A sat beside Big Sexy. I'm sure Big Sexy's at the base of this pole rooting him on. Them two became real tight. You can tell by how he reached around and got that rope to tie those knots what kind of position he's in. He's in a really good position to do what we teach and how to rescue that guy.
And it looks like he's about got all his knots tied, and he's about to get that friction point. He's reaching out. Oh, he's right there. That was super easy getting the friction point. And he cuts him. It's coming down. Minute 38:75. Solid time there for Little A.
Great job. Great job.
All right, one of the most interesting guys that's ever come through this school, Gordon Coretti.
Great. We should have gave him that nickname while he was here. He could have been the man from Dos Equis.
Oh, the most interesting man in the world.
We could have gave Gordon that nickname.
Hey, it's not too late.
It's not too late.
It's not too late. Most interesting man in the world, Gordon Coretti. Here he is.
Phenomenal story. Baltimore, Maryland, living in the Atlanta area right now down at Roswell.
And he gets started.
Great climber. Gordon was never comfortable climbing, but he always did whatever we asked to try to get out of his comfort zone and execute well. And I believe with everything I got, you'll see it in what he does right here, right? So some of the positions we ask the guys to get in are not comfortable. They're not normal. But he would always be the guy that did those things just because we asked them to do it and as trainers. His thought process was they're trainers, they know more than I.
Look at him get through there.
Just like that. Prime example. When you get there, climb up in your belt, pull it up, and it'll go. He's in a great position right there.
All right, and he's going to drop his block and tangle a little, but he's got it. Doing everything he's supposed to do. That's it. Just one step at a time. Oh, look at him reach out. Slipped a little bit, but he's in a really good spot coming around. And he's getting under that arm. And now he's just got to start tying the knots. He's got a good bit of rope to work with. And you can see his knots tying here. He's got, I believe he's got 2.
He's in a really good position. You know, one of the things about Gordon outside of climbing a pole and rodeo events, he works all the time. Phenomenal guy. He's working before school, after school, staying late. Oh, man.
He's looking for his knife.
Come on, Gordon. What is this?
Yeah.
Oh, he flipped it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I see.
And here it comes. Oh, coming down fast.
Oh,
it hit the brakes real good at the end. 1:37.50. Real good time for Gordon. All right, next up, it's Cutter Madison from Kentucky.
That's right. Crofton, Kentucky. Great guy. Lots of funny stories about Cutter. He's a great kid, though. He comes from a rodeo family, right? So his granddad or great-granddad started a rodeo company back in the day. I would say of all the groups, he's going to be in the top tier of the most competitive attitude.
Oh, he is competitive.
Super competitive guy. And you'll be able to tell by how this is executed right here.
And he's moving real steady. Got a good pace. And he's around the halfway point. Approaching those dangling feet.
He spends a lot of time on the road, right? So weekends and this, that, and the other, he's always rodeoing. It ain't lineman's rodeo and stuff. He rides broncs.
All right, and he is through really quick. around the 30-second mark. He's all the way through him, and he's got to get going on dropping the block and tying him up.
We came up with a couple of nicknames for Cutter. Some of them he didn't like, and he probably wouldn't like this if I say this, but I don't really care. So, like 2 weeks into the school, right, you can tell he's in a great position. He gets an abscess tooth, and they have to pull his tooth, so we call him the Tooth Fairy. He's like, I don't want to be the Tooth Fairy. We were like, so what?
Yeah, he's the Tooth Fairy. And he gets his knots tied real quick, and he's already got it around, and he's coming down now, and he's going to get a really good time of 1:13:41. That's a solid time for him.
Phenomenal.
I'm not sure. He might have been penalized for something. We'll look into that, but we'll check in on that on the leaderboard. But a really good time for Cutter, 1:13:41. All right, it's time for Zeb Ferguson. His nickname is Alabama Crumbs from Rainsville, Alabama.
Great kid.
Yeah.
Zeb could not climb to save his life when he started climbing. He was terrible.
He's pretty good now.
He's a great climber now, right? So he's a very athletic guy, runs races, marathons, whatever you call that stuff, where you run 5K and these kind of things. Very physical, has the ability, but he could not put one foot over top of the other when we started climbing. He couldn't do it. Most uncoordinated guy I'd ever seen try to climb. You won't know that by what you see right here, but
yeah. Well, it really shows how far he's come. There he slips a little, and he really moves up really quick. He's got long legs, athletic guy, lanky, but he gets them moving.
He does. Every other word or every other phrase for Zeb is, what the freak, man? What the freak, man? Somebody says something.
Yeah.
He says, what the freak, man?
All right, and Zeb's going to get his block, drop it. Oh, they're very fluid, and gets it over.
Zeb's similar to Cutter in this idea of competitiveness, right? He is super competitive.
Look at that leg propped up. All right, he's trying to get under that arm. I think he's got kind of high, maybe, I guess. He gets it through.
He's in a great position. He's in
Yeah.
a great position. He's got way too much slack for rope. If that's his hand line, I say. It's hard for me to tell.
Yeah. And he's got to get going on those knots. He's already over a minute. I mean, he's still got a chance to have a really good time. And he's starting to tie. I think he might have got tangled a little bit there.
Something's definitely going on.
Yeah.
It's just hard to tell.
Yeah, it is hard to tell. And he's got 2 or 3 knots in there. And
If you can't tie a knot, tie a lot, Zeb.
yeah. And he's got his friction point cutting now, coming down, and 1:37 flat.
Pretty good. Looked like Terry was missing a leg. Is Terry missing a leg?
Hold on a second. Well, we might have to go to instant replay on that, but not sure. All right, here's the replay, and looks in slow-mo there. Yeah, he's missing a leg. There's only one leg.
Terry's missing a leg. Definitely an unfair advantage for the remaining.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just gets right through him because he's missing, 25 pounds?
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
All right, we got Jackson Adams. He's a local guy, Dalton, Georgia, and he's going to get going now.
Jackson's a great kid, young guy, local guy. Has a lot of friends that are in line work. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there's you, Waylon. Look
Whoa,
at that. Look at the little
slip in there, a little peekaboo. Whoa.
Yeah.
Jackson's a great kid. He hunts. That son hunts. If it lives or breathes, he hunts it. He hunts so many different things.
And it doesn't live and breathe anymore.
Yeah, he's a hiking kind of guy, very outdoorsy kind of guy. Like I said, he's got a lot of support here of a lot of other guys that do line work.
And he's climbing up steady.
Great climber, very consistent.
All right, and he's almost there. We see, there's that missing leg there.
Poor old Terry, man.
Poor Terry. He is taking some abuse.
Jackson made a little adjustment. He's got to get through him.
Yeah.
Got to go, Jackson.
Yeah.
There he is.
There you go. He made it. There we go. All right. And he's going to drop his block now. He's in a real good spot.
He's in a great climbing position, but
Yeah.
I don't know why he don't hurry up. Like, right, this is a timed event.
Yeah.
So, like, the fastest time wins. So
Yeah.
he's in a good position.
And he's reaching out pretty low. He's got one hand over the arm and one underneath trying to grab it, and he's got it around. Now he's got to get to work on those knots. He's right over 1:06 and starts tying. And for the fact that, you're right, it doesn't seem like there's been as much urgency in what he's doing as some of the others, but really he's still almost done with a good time. I guess it's just the whole factor of not making mistakes. That saves a lot of time.
And we teach that too, right? So it's this idea of consistency, and in the rodeo it's based on points, and then time is the deciding factor on a tiebreaker, but points are obviously the priority, and that's what we teach.
And he cuts him and hits the ground. Minute 45.
Got him.
All right, solid time, not bad. All right, well, there you go, Jackson. Let's see how the next guy does. Okay, it's Parker Burris's turn here on the Hurtman, and they call him Birdseed.
He's hails from Chatsworth, Georgia. I don't know if we need to give a good reference on here for birdseed, right? Because if people look up what birdseed means in the context in which we use it, it's a cartoon that's hilarious, but this guy looks just like birdseed on the YouTube cartoon that we reference.
Yeah, there's some language in that cartoon, so we don't encourage everybody to go out there and check that out. But anyways, he does look like the guy, and he's going to start climbing now.
Birdseed has a commitment right now, I'm pretty sure, to Volt Power, I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. Obviously, he's real excited. Birdseed is one that kind of came in climbing, and you can tell he grew in it, but he didn't have the fear or the big hiccups, kind of what I would call somewhat of an average story in his bout and learning to climb and get to this point.
He's got an interesting climbing motion.
Yeah.
He's kind of hung up a little bit, and he
don't
just stays
look like
right
he's
there.
in a really good position. He looks really too low.
Yeah.
He may not be.
He tossed it over and gets a little extra rope over there, flicks his rope. He doesn't have his block down, but I think he's about to do that.
There
He
goes.
says, a
little slip there.
Yeah.
How about that scary?
And he's a good bit higher now, and he's going to drop his block. He's around a minute, and he's already got that over. He's just got to get it under the arm and start tying his knots. And he's kind of in a weird spot.
He is. He just don't look high enough to me. It's hard for me to tell right here, but if your buck squeeze or your strap or safety, whatever you want to reference that, is not up above, kind of close to what we would call Terry's climbing belt, then it's hard. That's a really hard. It can be done from there, but it's much harder.
All right, he's tying his knots. You can see he's making good progress now. And all right, he gets his friction point, and here he comes. He's cutting him. Oh, hung a little. All right, on that pant leg, and
that's that one without a leg in it.
Yeah.
Poor old Terry.
There he is, 151.75. There you go, Birdseed. And we got one more left for you guys, and that's going to be, you'll see who it is in just a second. All right, our last one, Ashley Trimble, Buckethead as he is known. And he's going to get started now.
Robinson, Illinois. Great guy. Ashley probably has one of the biggest heads that I've ever seen.
It's huge.
Huge. Buckethead.
Yeah.
Buckethead fits the bill.
It's
His
a big
head
head.
is like, if he has a fitted hat, it's got to be custom. I don't even know. He
Size
can wear a
10,
hard hat
yeah.
without a liner. His head's so big.
Yeah.
Great climber. Great young man. Come down to visit the school a couple months back. Obviously, he dug in, and he's got a commitment to Volt as well. He's going to Volt Power Company. He's a great young man. He's in a really good
And look how quick he got through, got his rope around, and he's already tying those knots at 40 seconds.
Really good climber.
And he may have a chance to beat a minute here. Who knows? I don't know. It's going to be close. He's at 54 now. He's getting his friction points. Got a cut. And here he comes. Terry's coming. Not going to beat a minute, but still a really great time. And he came down quick, and he's going to have a solid time, better than solid time of 1:03.94. And I think that's going to be the winner for the Hurtman. That was a really great time. All right, let's look at the leaderboard, see how everybody did. So some of these you see they have 98s. Those are guys that had some points deducted for some penalties. But really some solid times. Cutter Madison, that hurt him because he would have got second place. But Andy Hernandez, 7th. Parker Burris, 6th, 1 minute 51.75. And then let's look at the guys in the top 5. And you're going to see here Matthew Harrell, Rod, minute 48.94, 100 points. Jackson Adams, minute 45. Aaron Crouch, minute 38. And a lot of these guys around the same area. Zeb, minute 37. And then Ashley Trimble really just knocked it out of the park with a minute 3.94. So some really good times. Just want to clarify, these are not necessarily the order who won the actual rodeo. These are just the times and scores for the Hurtman. What do you think about what you saw, Waylon?
I think they did good. It's pretty rare for us when we have a rodeo to get this many 100s, right? So that's what we teach. We want the execution of that to be muscle memory that is accurate to the real life scenario, right? So on the rodeo side of things, our goal is that all of our students get on the back end of 100 and then let the times fall where they will, because we want to make sure foundationally they know this is a fun event, but if you ever have to use it, it needs to be done right to get your man down.
Yep, so that was really good. We want to thank everyone for watching this video, and we hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching our video. Be sure to check us out in all our other videos and please subscribe below.